Okay. We're good.
All right. Well, I will call the meeting to order and welcome everyone, and start off by wishing everyone a very happy new year. And here's to a great, healthy, happy 2021 for everyone. And we'll get right into announcements, which we have two checks over $25,000. One was to Creighton Manning as part of the Station Road improvements from the capital and grant money. That was $50,458. We also had JC Land and Site Development from Matheson Park Playground project, part of the capital fund. That was $275,947. That's all I have for announcements. I don't know if anyone else has anything. Correspondence, we didn't actually have any. So we will open it up to public comment. You can raise your hand. Otherwise, we will give you another chance. There's not too much in between. Consent agenda. Minutes of the village board meetings. That's the only thing on the consent agenda. Does anyone have any questions or comments? Otherwise, I will go ahead and make a motion to approve the consent agenda. If I can have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We'll continue the public hearing to consider a local law amending the zoning code to create the North Broadway mixed use district. I don't think we have too much on our end to update. We're still listening for comments, questions. We'll be having another work session to work through what we've heard in the last 6 weeks or so. But we will now open it up for any additional public comment if there is any.
And Rebecca?
Good evening. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yes.
Loud and clear.
All right. Good evening, members of the Board of Trustees. Rebecca Volk with the law firm of Cuddy and Fader on behalf of the owners of the Maxon property. Tonight, I'm going to be brief. As you know, we've been offering comments since the initial drafting phases of this local law. As just stated by the mayor, we understand the board will continue to review and discuss the proposed law at its workshop meeting of January 13th. And we appear tonight simply to ask that Dave Smith be allowed to present and participate at least for a portion of that workshop to discuss our submission and to be available to address any technical questions. While I summarized the points in the last submission, Mr. Smith is really in the best position to discuss with the board the comments raised in those letters, particularly the floor area ratio.
I mean, I think it would actually be helpful to us if he was available, if we have questions on it. I don't know how much, if he wants to make a brief statement, that'll be fine as well, except if my board doesn't agree. But I think having him there would definitely be helpful for us.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Great. Anybody else? Chet Kerr.
Okay.
Chet, you're on mute.
Yeah, okay. I think I'm unmuted now. I apologize.
You're good.
I guess my only question is the correspondence that was just referred to from the owners of Maxim, where is that available on the village website? You know?
So that correspondence was attached to the last meeting's agenda. So the December 21st agenda.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah, it was not attached to the December 7th agenda. They did do a presentation that evening, but then I circled back and made sure it was attached on the December 21st agenda.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so yeah, if you look on the calendar entry, you'll see a link to the agenda there.
Thanks.
Yep.
Sure. Anybody else? Otherwise, obviously, the meeting or the public hearing is remaining open. Okay, so we'll move on to appointments to the Housing Committee. So we have 2 new members. Resolved to appoint the following volunteer members to the Housing Committee with the term to expire December 2021. Chet Kerr, and David Zweibel. I'll make the motion if I can have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Welcome, Chet and David. You've been participating, and we're glad you're officially on the housing committee now. So we get to reports of boards, standing committees, and officers. Trustee liaison reports. Mark?
I don't have anything at the moment.
Okay.
Short while.
Well, it is the new year. I actually have, I'm going to be reading the rec department update tonight. So I guess there's going to be a new registration program, which is going to affect everybody that wants to register for programs. And it actually began on the 1st of January. So it's called Community Pass. It's going to be great. It's going to help the department, and in the long run, it's going to help us. But you have to actually register on it. So you have to set up an account. I guess you can do that the first time you log in. I think it's fairly straightforward. But if there's any questions, you can always call the rec. It's 514-591-7736. That number is obviously on the website as well. So if you're trying to sign up and you're having trouble, you can just give them a call. But the nice thing is it's online, so you can kind of always access it, which is obviously helpful. Some other quick announcements. Remember that when using the Irvington Woods and Halsey Pond, there's a rule you must carry in and carry out. There's no plans to restore garbage cans in the parking area for the Irvington Woods or Halsey Pond at this time. Food delivery continues this week for our seniors. If you know someone in need, please contact Joe or Joan Armstrong or Joe Archino. Food distribution preparation is done at the senior center. Volunteers make deliveries. The next community advisory board meeting is scheduled for January 12th at 8 a.m. The next executive board meeting of the IASC is Tuesday, January 26th at 8 a.m. And the next meeting of the Irvington Woods Committee is scheduled for January 21st at 7 p.m. And that's all of the rec announcements I have for this evening. So I will move on to Connie.
Oh, I'm next. I haven't gotten I'm so sorry, but I don't see the DPW report.
I haven't gotten it either, so.
Okay, and the water report. I know there've been snowstorms. I know they've been out there. And I just think it's either going to Karen or Larry. Maybe you could look into it and find out
will.
where those are, or
It seems like we haven't gotten it in a month or two.
Yeah, no,
I know.
I'll follow up on that.
if there's something I should be saying, I'm happy to report it. And the theater, same with the theater. I mean, I think I have said many times that you can still go online and see the many virtual experiences that are going on. In terms of downtown and downtown development, I mean, it is what it is. I don't have any report from a chamber at the moment. I think, Brian, you met once with the group.
Yeah, I met in their December meeting I attended.
Yeah. So I would just say support your local business whenever you can. And that's my report.
Janice?
Only from the school tonight. There's a special BOE meeting on Thursday, 7 p.m. via Zoom. Important updates on the capital project. Regular BOE meeting on Tuesday, January 12th. Long-range financial plan annual updates. Budget development process to begin with all BOE meetings beginning of the February 9th meeting. And the district has partnered with an outside organization to facilitate surveillance testing should the community be identified as a yellow zone. And such a partnership will allow the schools to remain open during the designation with 20% staff and on-site learners being tested over a 2-week period. And this will depend on the DOH being able to provide the necessary test kits.
Okay. The only other thing Larry just reminded me was I had a good call today with the captain of IVAC, Ellen Lewitt. And I think if I could summarize the meeting, it's that IVAC is in good shape at the moment. Actually, ironically, one of the things that's actually helped them financially are all of the out-of-town calls, all the mutual aid calls, especially to Dobbs Ferry. Dobbs Ferry is improving, but they're not through the woods yet. But it's a lot more tolerable than it was in July and August, but they still go to several calls there. I think there's just a lot more calls because of Cabrini Nursing Home as well. They also have been called to Ardsley quite a bit as mutual aid. due to the assisted living facility there. So they've been very busy. One thing they could use help with is getting the word out. They're going to be starting their fund drive again in February. I think it's important for all of us to remind people that they don't receive any village money. So everything, all their funds are either from donations or from billing for transport. They actually have a kind of a little bit of a, I would say a soft way of billing. They'll bill you if your insurance pays for it, great, but they don't come after someone that gets a ride to the hospital. So they were actually saying that they have a lot of calls, especially in Dobbs Ferry, where people don't have any insurance. So they have all the associated costs, but they don't have, any insurance recoup. So it's actually, those calls are operated at a loss. So we had a long conversation. Unfortunately, the captain was in a car accident on Saturday night, so she couldn't make it here today. I'd invite her to speak, especially because we had such a short agenda. But she said she'll take me up on that when she's feeling better. And, just wanted us to know that I've actually in good shape. Yes, they have, they typically have shifts covered by, especially during the daytime, by per diem employees. But they actually have added a few new volunteers as well. Some of them are college age who just finished all of their EMT training, but they're going to go back to college and then they're going to come back and they'll have them for the summer at least. But they have gotten a few more volunteers, so that's good news. And she said overall they've been in a pretty good shape fiscally recently. So, but could ask for my help with both the fundraising when they start that. They said probably early February they'll be sending that out. And then secondly, I'm going to reach out. Ardsley just got a new ambulance from the state. I know Andrew Stewart Cousins, our state senator, was instrumental in helping with that. So I'm going to reach out to Tom Abenanti and see if there's anything we can do. It doesn't have to be a new ambulance, but their ambulances are, the newest one is I think from 1997. So they're not new, but they're still in good shape, but they could use new lighting and things like that. And because it's older, retrofitting lighting on an older rig is obviously expensive. So there might be some things we can help out there as well. So Larry and I will follow up with that. But I did invite her anytime she wanted to come in and kind of give us an update to do that. So
Actually, I think both ambulances are very close in age, which is not a good recipe.
I think it's 96 and 97 or 95 and 97, something like that.
Yeah.
And with that, I'll transition to the village administrator's report.
Okay, so just a brief update. As I had summarized for the board through an email, we'll be submitting a request for bronze certification for the Climate Smart Communities program. This is our second attempt. The first attempt was in July. We came close, but not quite there. But it looks like all of the elements that are required are lined up, and we should be able to qualify. Whether we get it or not, we'll see. But we've been able to tighten up all of the documentation and clear up any of the comments that we got from back in July. So we're looking forward to doing that by the end of the week, actually. Unfortunately, the committee that was set up to oversee this process hasn't really been able to do a lot of work. Many of the things that they had planned to do were, public events and some other things, and all of that got put on hold as a result of the pandemic. So I think that they'll have an opportunity to become active and maybe seek out a higher level of certification if assuming we're able to achieve this. So that's the plan.
Great. Village clerk treasurer's report.
Not too much to report. We had a CD, however, that matured. It was at 2%. So we did very well for last year. We had a lot of money invested there. This renewal rate is about 0.30. That's the best we can do right now. So that'll impact some of our revenues for next year. And we're working on budget. We'll do a budget overview at the next meeting. And tax collection went very well. Approximately 60% of the people paid online, which is a huge increase. And I'm really happy we had the ability for online payments. A lot of them come through the mortgage processing companies, but there was 60% was paid with people online, and very few people coming into the office. That's all.
Village attorney's report.
I don't have one.
Back to public comment if anybody has anything. Action items, Larry?
No, other than we'll be ready for the IVAC fundraising when that happens, but there's nothing
Yeah.
for us to do right now.
And ask Craig about the report.
Yes, thank you.
So we know, we
Write
can
that down.
praise them for their good work.
Absolutely.
I think there's Christmas.
Anybody who walked their dog early in the morning on recycling day, the amount of cardboard and boxes,
Unbelievable.
unbelievable.
We were embarrassed to put ours out, and then we saw how much everybody else had, and we were like, we got nothing.
So thank you to DPW, who can now start collecting everybody's Christmas trees and wreaths.
But if there's nothing else, I will make a motion to adjourn.
Well, this might be a record.
Whoa.
No, it's not, but that's okay.
Not?
Nope. Oh, wait, we do have a comment.
Yeah.
Hold on. It's a call-in person, so you're muted, and I'm not sure what the instructions are to unmute.
Star something or star
I know.
9 or star 6.
I know, I always get it confused. Hold on one second. Let me see.
Oh, the unmute Alt-A works.
Yeah, but they're on a phone, so
Oh, I guess not.
*6, it says on
thank you.
my quick Google.
I
So
was here.
whoever's called in who wants to speak, I think it's *6. There we go.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, this is Ellen Silverstein. How are you? Happy
Good.
New Year, everyone.
Yeah.
Hi, Ellen.
You
Am I allowed to bring up something about the park tonight?
Whatever you
Sure.
like.
Oh, okay. I never quite, okay. I would like to suggest, if you're not already doing it, that you consider opening that park in steps. I got the impression from previous meetings that everyone's in favor of going full force ahead and opening it 100%. My feeling is start gradually, one step at a time. It's actually only probably 2 steps. The first step would be to include all people who are in the school district. That would be an add-on, who have not been allowed previously. I feel if you jump into the open park, you don't know what to expect, and it's very difficult to pull back once you've done something like that. I feel it would be more realistic to go forward gradually and increase in the future. There will likely be more traffic, more parking problems. I feel with the new playground, a dog park, bicycles, which I'm hoping is under age 6, new barbecues, and adding the school district, that there will be an increase of use. Why don't we test that out first before jumping into everybody? So I would like you to rethink it if it's already in the next stage, to please think about it before doing that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, also keep in mind July 4th would be open to everybody. And we already get crowded there, so that would be another one. But I think, again, considering opening it to the school properties for now, for the next year or so, test it out and see how it works. So thank you for listening,
Thank
and
you.
Happy New Year again.
You too.
New Year to you too.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye, take care.
You too.
Kay O'Keefe.
Okay, there you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, loud and clear.
All right, I would just like to respond to Ellen Silverstein. I don't know if I got that right. When we looked back at the documents, we found that the Matheson family never intended that the park only be for Irvington residents. And I think now that we are all aware of that we have to honor the arrangement or whatever that was made with the Matheson family when they said that the park was to be open to the public. And regardless that we have made it private for all of these years, it was not the intent of the family when they donated it that it should be private. That's all.
All right. Thank you very much, Kay, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Oh, you can't see me waving.
I can sense it.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think that is it once again. So I'll make another motion to adjourn if I can have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
I
Aye.
Thanks, everyone. Happy New Year. See you all
Happy New
soon.
Year.